Oh, hey YouTube. Piping Beardsman here. As usual, I'm a day late and a dollar short. I've been watching all these YouTube videos since they first hit the net back in 2005 or 2006. Guess I should have had my ass on here back then, but always too busy with a bit of this and a bit of that, so finally getting around to saying hey and dropping my first video bomb on you guys. Anyhow, I'm sitting here smoking a little bit of Frog Morton Cellar in my freehand clamshell, a little pipe I made last week. Not a bad smoker, and had a whole lot of fun making it. And I'm having a whole lot of fun sitting here smoking this tobacco while I talk to you folks. Anyhow, like I said, I'm a long-time lurker and a first-time poster. So I'm not sure what, if anything, I can contribute other than maybe some entertainment, watching a fat bearded guy make a fool of himself. But hey, you know, what's the point if you can't have fun at your own expense every now and again, right? Anyhow, a quick couple of highlights about who I am. I'm married with kids, 45-year-old grandfather, and I'm a Hoosier living here in Cornfield County, USA. Those are the basics, but I'm also a musician, an artist, and a biker, and I do dabble a little bit in woodworking, leather tooling, and for the most part, if it's artistic or creative, I've probably tried my hand at it at one time or another. I'm also a collector. I collect just about anything, but these days I tend to collect watches and pipes, and well, I guess that's the whole point of this video, isn't it? Pipes. Thinking back on it, I think I flirted with the whole idea of pipes a few years ago, if memory serves me. I'm not real sure what prompted the interest now. Probably a whim of some sort, and I dabbled a bit in a cheapy pipe and a big bag of super value Cavendish that I picked up at a local discount tobacco store. But I didn't realize it then. Apparently there's an art to smoking pipes. And so needless to say, my first go was a fairly short-lived venture. I think when I look back on it, I probably really just more than anything, I guess I wanted an interest in pipes. I always thought they looked kind of cool, and I thought smoking the pipe would be cool, but whatever the reason, my first go-around and the preceding attempts were short-lived ventures, to say the least. That is until about 6 months ago. I guess it really boiled down to the fact that I was trying to quit smoking, and I figured that maybe taking up the pipe would satiate that hand-to-mouth need, and perhaps in the process wean myself from the nails that I've been smoking for far too many years now. Anyhow, at the moment, I'm still smoking the nails, unfortunately, and now I'm smoking a pipe, and thanks to my wife, I've taken up vaping to add to my growing list of vices. So, anyhow, much like all of my other interests, it didn't really just ease into anything as far as pipes are concerned. Much like everything else, I tend to dive in head first and dive into the deep end, and I can honestly say that my pad and tad are pretty much taking on a life of their own now. Like a lot of my obsessions, for example, with watches, I can't just have one or two. I gotta have one or two of each kind, or each make, or each model, and as my interests change, my tastes change, so does my collection. It gets me to thinking that maybe I shouldn't pick such expensive hobbies to indulge myself. Anyhow, I think of all of the hobbies I have, there's only one that's not ungodly expensive, and it's growing a beard. I noticed over the last 6 months, while I was kind of digging into and researching the entire concept of pipes and pipe smoking, that beards and pipes tend to go hand in hand by default. And not sure why that is, but I myself kind of just fell into the whole pipe and beard thing without even realizing it. I think in that respect, life's kind of funny, isn't it? So I guess my first YouTube video will be my introduction, and then maybe just some of my thoughts on pipes and beards. I doubt I'll make any earth-shattering revelations, but, you know, hey, I've seen worse videos out there, and after watching them, I thought to myself, hey, I could do that. Anyhow, I guess I'll start out by blaming the Dagners. They were definitely instrumental in getting my ass to pick the pipe back up again, and definitely instrumental in getting me to put my first video up here on YouTube. You know, I thought to myself after watching their videos for several months, you know, I could do that. I mean, if they can do it, why can't I, you know? Anyhow, I probably won't be as successful as they are or as entertaining as they are with my videos, but I can definitely smoke and drink and do it on camera. So anyhow, here I am. So the Dagners were responsible for my latest piping addiction. And I would also blame the TV series Whisker Wars, I guess, for being responsible for my obsession with bearding. I've always sported beards in one form or another, probably since puberty blessed me with the ability to grow facial fur. You know, I've had a beard in one form or another since then, but my attempt at a full natural beard is now only about 4 months along in my ongoing goal of growing a beard. You know, I've tried a couple of times in the past to grow a full beard, but really never made it past that whole itchy stage. So this is the longest that my full natural beard has ever been, and I'm kind of stoked to see what the beard is going to look like. And really, I've thought quite a bit about the possibility of just going terminal length with the beard itself. I think beards and pipes, you know, tend to go hand in hand. And again, I'm not sure why that is, but I think perhaps it may be because they're both manly activities. You know, maybe it's because they both represent self-expression and perhaps freedom. Don't know, but they definitely work well together. For me, I tend to do what I want, and I tend to do it when I want. Not really influenced by trends, so to speak, but every now and again the things I do line up with what everybody else is doing. And I think a good example of that is baggers. You know, I always liked the Harley dressers, and even back when they were called garbage wagons and geezer glides, I was into them. I was actually putting around on one of those, and the whole bagger thing suddenly took off. I suppose that's probably why I sold it and bought myself an old shovel head, since I hate trends and fads and fashion. But anyhow, I digress. I think I simply grew a beard because I can't grow hair on top of my head. You know, Mother Nature saw fit to bless me with male pattern baldness at a fairly early age, and fortunately, she decided to reciprocate by giving me the ability to grow a decent beard, so I went ahead and ran with that concept. As far as pipes are concerned, I think I started smoking a pipe because I thought it looked cool and because I hoped it might help me quit smoking. I did stop smoking here a number of years back. I think I was smoke-free for about 7 years, but for whatever reason, I went back to smoking nails again, and as dumb as that sounds, I'm back to 2 packs a day. So, you know, at my age and taking into consideration, you know, high blood pressure and heart disease, which runs in my family, smoking cigarettes is probably not a good habit to have. So I think my thinking process was maybe if I started smoking pipes, I could get rid of the cigarettes. And since you don't technically inhale, or you don't have to inhale a pipe, maybe that would be a bit healthier. I know smoking in general and the word health don't really go hand in hand, but I think that's what was running through my mind at the time. But anyhow, here I am making a video about it and posting it to YouTube and hoping that maybe somebody out there will watch it and like what I've got to say. Anyhow, maybe you will, maybe you won't. Maybe I'll get a few subscribers, maybe I won't. Not going to keep me from following you folks on YouTube, and probably won't keep me from getting addicted to this whole YouTube thing and cluttering the internet with my own inane video babblings. You know, got a lot to say, but not really a lot to talk about, or maybe a lot to talk about, but not really much to say. I do have a tendency to ramble on, and I think sometimes my mind jumps tracks in the middle of a conversation, and so for me, I think making this video is a bit challenging because it's forcing me to stay focused and not let my mind run wild with me, if that makes any sense. So I guess for now, I'll probably leave my ramblings where they are, and again, just say, hey YouTube, Piping Beardsman here. Beard on and pipe on, and thanks for watching.